Hi everyone, we are group number 19 and today we will present our group assignment. My name is MALAYSIA and my metric number is 294062. The Official Secret Act 1972 is one of the most significant laws used by the Malaysian government to regulate the flow of information. It was introduced during a period of heightened concern over national security and was designed to protect the country from espionage, sabotage, and leaks that could harm state interests. However, the Act grants the government sweeping powers to classify information as secret. It doesn't require an objective test, just the opinion of minister or designated official. While the original aim was national protection, over the years, the law has attracted criticisms. Civil society groups, journalists, and the international observer argue that the OSA is used more to shield the government from scrutiny than to genuinely protect the nations. This raises serious questions about transparency and the role of a free press in democratic society. The OSA's primary objective is to protect Malaysians' national interests by ensuring that sensitive information is not leaked or misused. It covers information related to the country's security, defense, and diplomatic affairs, but also allows ministers to declare almost anything as secret. One of the most controversial aspect of the Act is just how broad its scope is. It applies to everyone, regardless of their role of intent. Even if a journalist exposes corruption and wrongdoing in public interest, if the information was classified, they can face prosecutions. The law doesn't require proof that the disclosures cause harm to the state. Just having the information or sharing it without approval is enough of criminal charge. These strict liability clauses and lack of protections for whistleblowers or the press are at the heart of ongoing debates about the OSA fairness and its place in a modern democratic Malaysia.
The Official Secrets Act (OSA) 1972 has some good points. It helps protect national safety. For example, in 2019, someone was arrested for leaking military plans to another country. The law also helped stop a leak about COVID-19 vaccine plans in 2021. This shows that the law can stop people from sharing information that could hurt the country. But the law also has many problems. One big problem is that it gives too much power to government officials. They can call any document secret without giving a reason. This was seen in the 1MDB case, where important documents were kept hidden. In countries like the United Kingdom, the government must show that a leak causes harm. In Malaysia, there is no need to show this. All leaks are punished the same way, even if they are not harmful. The punishments are also very harsh. A person can go to jail for up to 14 years. This makes reporters and whistleblowers scared to speak up. Another problem is how the law is used. Sometimes the law is used more on people who speak against the government. For example, in 2022, an activist was charged for sharing a video, but a pro-government person who also leaked secrets was not punished. This is not fair. Also, the law does not allow journalists to say they are helping the public. Even if they are telling the truth or exposing corruption, they can still be punished. To make the law better, some changes are needed. First, the law should let people explain that they are helping the public. Second, a group that is not part of government should check if something really needs to be a secret. Third, the word secret should only be used for things like military or safety plans. Fourth, people who share some things by mistake should not be punished so badly. Lastly, the law should protect whistleblowers so they can speak up without fears.
The next one, we will be talking about how Malaysia Official Secret Act or OSA work in practice using the real life world examples such as Rafizi Ramli cases. Who is Rafizi Ramli? Rafizi is a Malaysian parliamentarian who was twice convicted under the OSA for exposing a page from the 1MDB audit report, specifically page 98 during a press conference in 2016. Here are the two charges Rafizi has faced. The first charge is Section 81C3. He was in possession of page 98, a classified document. The second charge is Section 81C. He shared its content publicly, which the authorities claim was harmful to national interests. Each charge carries a penalty of up to 7 years in jail. Rafizi cases showed the page at a press conference and answered media questions. The government said his action violated the OSA even though he was trying to expose alleged corruption linked to 1MDB. This case showed that the OSA can be used even if someone is not running for election or leaking for personal gain. It highlighted the government's stance, which is possessing classified material is a crime, no matter the motive. Critics argue the law was misused not to protect real secrets, but to cover up mismanagement and corruption. They say the 1MDB audit findings were related to public funds and the public had a right to know. Rafizi's case is a clear reminder of the power and risk of the OSA. It can protect true national secrets, but it can also silence whistleblowers and hide wrongdoing. It highlights the tension between the state secrecy and public transparency, a balance every democracy must get right.
Assalamualaikum and good day. Today I'll be briefly explaining to you the Official Secrets Act 1972, or in short OSA, and its key provisions that affect the media in Malaysia. First, the definition and classification of official secrets. The OSA defines what is considered an official secret. This includes document labeled as restricted, confidential, secret, or top secret. Examples include cabinet papers, defense documents, and records related to national security or foreign relations. Media professionals must be very careful because using or reporting on this without permission is a serious offense. Second, unauthorized communication of official secrets. Under Section 8, it is illegal to access, share, or even keep classified materials without authorization. This includes leaked or stolen government documents, and if found guilty, the punishment is 1 to 7 years in prison. Third, the presumption of harm to national interest. Section 16 says that if someone publishes a secret document without approval, it is automatically assumed to harm national security. The burden of proof is on the accused to show that no harm was done. This puts a lot of pressure on journalists. Fourth, restriction on photography in prohibited areas. Also under Section 16, taking photos in restricted zones is considered dangerous to national interests, so journalists must avoid filming or photographing in such areas without permission. Fifth, the obligation to report suspicious requests. Under 7A, if someone tries to get classified information from you, even indirectly, you must report it. Failing to do so can result in 1 to 5 years in jails, and this applies to everyone, including media workers. Six, the exclusion of the public and press from court. According to Section 27, during OSA related court cases, the judge can order parts of the trial to be held in secret. This limits media access, especially if national security is involved, although the final sentencing must still be public. 7. Protection of whistleblowers and informers. Section 24 protects anyone who reports a violation of the OSA. The identity must be kept secret even in court. Journalists should know that they are not allowed to reveal or investigate such sources. 8. Prosecution requires approval from the public prosecutor. Under Section 15, prosecution under this act needs to be public with the prosecutor's consent. However, a person can still be arrested and investigated before approval is given. This means journalists could face damage to their reputation even without being charged. Finally, the ministerial power to regulate official information. Under Section 30A, the minister can make rules about how classified information is managed, transferred, or destroyed. Breaking these rules can lead to fine up to 5,000 ringgit or a year in prison. This increases the government control over sensitive information, including how media handles it. Thank you. Now, how does this act impact the media professionals in Malaysia? The OSA has become one of the most powerful tools affecting media freedom. While originally meant to protect national security, its scope has expanded over time, making it harder for journalists to access information and increasing the legal risk for those reporting on government matters. One of the biggest concerns is the power given to ministers and officials to classify documents as secret without needing to explain why. There is no independent review of these decisions, making it extremely difficult for journalists to obtain documents that can reveal corruption or misuse of power. Unlike in many democracies, Malaysia has no public interest defense under the OSA. This means that even if a journalist exposes wrongdoing that benefits the public, they can still be punished of the material if it is classified. This discourages transparency and weakens the press rules as a watchdog. As a result, many newsrooms have developed a culture of self censorship, and journalists often avoid stories about government affairs not due to the lack of evidence, but due to the fear of legal consequences. This reduces critical coverage of those in power. Finally, the OSA also affects digital media and independent content creators. Even if someone isn't a formal journalist, they can still face prosecution for sharing restricted information online. In conclusion, the OSA limits press freedom, silences important reporting, and discourages accountability. Legal reforms are absolutely needed to protect journalists and support a more open and responsible society. That is all from me. Thank you.
In conclusions, the Official Secret Act 1972 has certainly played a role in protecting sensitive military and diplomatic information. However, its overly broad scope, harsh penalties, and lack of the safeguards for public interest disclosures have made it a tool that can be misused to silence criticisms and avoid embarrassment. Cases like the prosecution of MP Rafizi Ramli for exposing parts of the 1MDB audit demonstrate how the act can be turned against those trying to uncover wrongdoing. This has a chilling effect on investigative journalism, whistleblowing, and democratic accountability. To maintain national security while also upholding the public's right to know, reforms are needed. These include narrowing the definition of what counts as a secret, creating independent mechanisms to review classifications, introducing a public interest defense, and applying more proportionate penalties. Such reforms can help Malaysia move towards greater transparency and public trust without compromising its genuine security needs.